Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaye Namo Namaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiya Mamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Friday's Yoga Vashistha Satsang. All of you, divine blessings. May you all be peaceful, happy, joyful, and enjoy the bliss of spirituality and serenity. Happy Gita Jayanti. Today is a very auspicious day. We have Gita Jayanti and also those who follow Ekadashi. It is Mokshada Ekadashi. Mokshada means liberation. So there are 26 Ekadashis. This one coincides with Gita Jayanti. For those who don't know what Gita Jayanti is, that is the day when Lord Krishna gave the knowledge, the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita was created that day. Lord Krishna gave Arjuna the knowledge, the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita. So that is why we enjoy this anniversary once a year, and it happens to be today. So wish you all a happy anniversary. Those of who are sincerely following the YouTube Gita Satsangs, the small mini Satsangs, 13, 14, 15 minutes maximum we go, but we cover about 5 or 6 shlokas daily. That is like a spiritual snack, spiritual feast, daily, a beautiful way to wake up and have Gita penetrate into our daily lives. गीता का हमारे जीवन में हर तरीके से व्याप्त हो जाना चाहिए. So our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami JyotirmayAnanda ji Maharaj, to all sages and saints, all the scriptures, all the religions of the world, pilgrimage centers, and to the divinity in each and every one of you. हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को, तीर्थ स्थानों को, और आप सब में विद्यमान परमेश्वर को कोटि कोटि प्रणाम. तो आज जैसे हमने अभी बताया बहुत ही शुभ दिन है. आज गीता जयंती है. भगवान श्री कृष्ण का उपदेश, गीता का उपदेश, जब वो युद्ध भूमि में अर्जुन को ये उपदेश दिए थे, तो ये उसका आज महात्म्य है. हम हर फ्राइडे को ये सत्संग करते हैं. तो आज गीता जयंती और मोक्षदा एकादशी भी है. मोक्ष का मतलब मुक्ति. आज मोक्षदा एकादशी भी है, जो हम नारायण भगवान की स्तुति करते हैं. So we prostrate to Lord Narayana, and all these avatars came from are different incarnations of Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayana himself. So sometimes he comes as Lord Rama, which is what we are currently studying today in Yoga Vashistha, and then he comes as Krishna, Parshuram, Varaha avatar, Narsingha avatar. From time to time, whenever there is a lot of unrighteousness, God comes in physical form to straighten the process, straighten the mess, and then he departs. For the rest of the time, sages, saints, religions, guidance of scriptures, they guide humanity. But when it gets out of control, then Lord comes, and he came 5,151 years ago, long time ago. But time passes by quickly. So that is, let's all pay gratitude to Lord Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna, and also to Arjuna and Bhagavad Gita, Gita Maharani. So today normally we do our regular arti, but today we will do Gita Arti because it is Gita um, Jayanti today. So with that thought and prayer, let us be centered, फॉरगेट अबाउट द वर्ल्ड, दुनिया को भूल जाइए, जहां पर आप बैठे हैं केवल भगवान, गुरु और आप होने चाहिए. Nothing else should come in between this sacred time that we all connect with each other. This time is precious. Otherwise, we are always running around doing things, actions, but this time belongs to our consciousness and to God. Through this energy, we should take in as much as we can, absorb it, then contemplate it, and then meditate on it. That is, only then are we listening to Satsanga in a proper manner. So let us pray for world peace, for happiness, joy. Everybody may find food, shelter, no hunger, whatever their needs are, they may be met by God's blessings. And when we all join together and pray sincerely, there is immense power in prayers. God, nothing is hidden from him. He knows even our thoughts. But just like we show a light, candle light to the sun doesn't need our candle light, but we show it as a sign of gratitude that, oh sun, because of you we are all getting that light. So much in the same way we pray to God and connect together. So Lord Krishna says, those devotees are the dearest to me who are in satsang. It's his words, and who spread this spirituality, wisdom, teachings of the Gita. That doesn't mean only Gita. Any spiritual teaching, any guidance to anybody at any time is all spiritual work. That's what Lord Krishna is deeply talking about. So with that prayer, let us enjoy our Guruji's message today. तो इस प्रार्थना के साथ कि सबका मंगल हो, कल्याण हो, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुख भाग भवेत. तो सबका मंगल हो, कल्याण हो. Guruji says, blessed self, adorations, Divya Atman, Pranam, Ashirvad. Study the lives of sages and saints. तो संतों का, ऋषियों, मुनियों का, उनके जीवन का अध्ययन कीजिए. जैसे जैसे वो कष्ट झेले हैं वो पढ़िए, ज्ञान बढ़ाइए. एंड बिहोल्ड द मिरेकल ऑफ डिवाइन लव. और ईश्वरीय प्रेम से जुड़ जाइए, उसका चमत्कार देखिए. दैट एक्सप्रेसेस थ्रू देम. So the sages and saints are agents of God. That is what is being explained here. So we all have that God particle in us. They have sparked it. Many of us are trying to do it. It's there, but we don't see it, we don't understand it, we don't know it. So we go to these advanced teachers, guides, masters who have this knowledge and experience, and they express it. So this is what Lord Krishna also says. He says, that's why these devotees of mine who listen which is all of you listening so beautifully, so attentively, leaving everything aside and coming for satsang together. Such devotees are very dear to God. And also the sages and saints, through their medium, this knowledge flows. So basically, the authentic sources that are disseminating this knowledge are God's heart itself. He says, I will not cut what they say. I may not do something for you, but if a sage and a guru says it, I cannot say no. Lord Krishna says that. Not that gurus are more powerful than God. It's that he loves them so much, he respects them so much, that he does not override their word. That is the deeper meaning. So divine love is the fountain source of all that is good, beautiful and glorious in the world. What is divine love? How do you define it? It is different from worldly love. Worldly love is based on transactions. I'll do this for you, you do this for me. Mutual. Then when something doesn't happen, then you go your way, I go my way. But divine love is not like that. It is love of God, unconditional love of God, giving your very being to him. गॉड वी केम थ्रू यू, हे भगवान हम आप ही के चरणों से निकले हैं, आप में ही समाएंगे, तो आप ही हमारे सब कुछ हो. यू आर आर एवरीथिंग, एंड इंक्लूडिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स वी आर एंजॉइंग, द फैमिली, द डॉग्स, द कैट्स, the worldly things, our job, our clothes, our food, everything that we are enjoying is coming through you only. So those rare souls who think like that, they are in divine love. They love God only, and then other things are his expression, God's expression. So all that is good, beautiful comes to the devotees automatically. It is the matter of all cultural movements in the world. All the religions only teach you these things. Does any religion say kill people, do wrong things, do bad things? They all teach you good things, but we interpret them improperly. When we say this religion is the only way to get God, it has been interpreted improperly. Whether they are clergymen or priests or sadhus or pandits, it doesn't matter. Wrong is always wrong, doesn't matter who says it. Right is always right, doesn't matter who says it, where it comes from. So that is the vision we should have. So in all the religions only teach us good things. Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. There is only one truth, but it is expressed in different ways by different people. That's all. So without it, all human achievements are mere vanities. So if you have everything, but you don't have God in your life, it is like wearing beautiful makeup and going somewhere without but forgetting to put on your clothes. Would you do that? No, you would not do that. But it is as foolish as that, like running after material things, money, name, fame, everything you run after, but then you forget God. So if you forget your clothes, nothing else matters, isn't it? You have to look presentable. The only reason you're doing makeup is so you look good, isn't it? But then if you forget the very basic item that is going to make you look presentable, then it is not accepted by the world. So therefore here in the spiritual field, Bhagwan ko saath rakho, then everything else will come together. The other way to say it is, keep all these possessions, money, things are zeros. So if you put one, which is God, to the left of it, every zero will multiply tenfold. 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000. But if that one is not there, doesn't matter what number you have, a billion, a trillion, a quintillion, multiplied by zero, always a zero. This is why so many people achieve so much success, and then when they depart, all finished, gone. All the wealth they could have accumulated, meaning the spiritual wealth, was all spent here in trying to earn things only. That's what Alexander said. सिकंदर भी तो यही बोला था, मेरे हाथ बाहर छोड़ दो ताकि सब लोग देख सकें कि मैं कुछ इकट्ठा नहीं कर सका. Leave my hands out so people can see I may have conquered the world, but I could not buy that one breath. With all the money of the world, isn't it? So yet we know all this. ये तो नहीं है कि हम जानते नहीं हैं, ये तो नहीं है कि हम बेवकूफ हैं. Every other day we are going to funerals or we are seeing somebody pass away. So then, but we don't register it. It doesn't hit it. We say, oh, it happened to him. Why will it happen to me? Or who knows, I'm going to live for a long time, we think. But we don't know when that time may arrive. So God says, always be prepared and don't lead a comfortable life. Be happy, have good food in your stomach and good clothes on your body and a good house to live in. But after that, don't become vain, don't become proud, don't become egotistical. Don't say, I did this, I did that, it happened because of me. All that is a dream world. It is not real. सत्य नहीं है. क्योंकि why is it a dream world? Because as soon as we depart, everything else becomes nullified. Nothing matters. What matters is you. While you are alive, everything matters, isn't it? When you are gone, what will happen? Some people will cry for a few days, this, that, and then life moves on for everyone. The essential fact is we come alone, we depart alone. Therefore, this wealth is our job, our responsibility, which is all of you are taking it so seriously, and it gives me great joy. Like we always say, this is not a fish market. Buying tomatoes. This is not, we are not buying tomatoes. What are we doing? We are trying to get Brahma Gyan, knowledge of the divine. So for this, we should be able to make a lot of sacrifice. Wealth, money, all these are little things. We should use them for our benefit. Charity, do charity. Because when you die, what will you do with all this money? Somebody else will enjoy it. All the things you wanted to do, you will not be able to do. And then later, it will be too late. Because God will say, भगवान पूछेंगे दान में क्या किया, कितने लोगों का कल्याण किया, कितने लोगों को भोजन कराया, how many people you fed, what did you do, what was your human body worth when you came to this. We'll say, no, God, this time we just ate, we loved it, we had a guru, we enjoyed everything was nice, but that was it. What more is needed? So God will say, no my child, go back, वापस जाओ, दोबारा सबक सीख के आओ. Just like in the class, when we don't pass, the teacher fails us. Sometimes you get demoted. Sometimes, कभी कभी हमारा प्रमोशन की जगह डिमोशन हो जाता है. मतलब कि तुम इंसान बनने लायक नहीं हो, तो तुम अब जानवर की योनि में चले जाओ. Be hospitalized in a dog's embodiment for a little while, then you can come back. So those kind of things happen, not because God is taking revenge. God doesn't take revenge. भगवान किसी से बदला नहीं लेते, किसी से नाराज नहीं होते, सबसे प्यार करते हैं. ये समझना बहुत आवश्यक है. It's very important you understand what all this means. So he who does not strive for attaining union with God lives a meaningless life. अगर भगवान से नहीं जुड़े तो सब काम बेकार. तुम्हारा पैसा बेकार, तुम्हारा कपड़ा बेकार, तुम्हारा धन बेकार. कुछ वो धन पाप है. अगर तुमने भगवान को याद नहीं किया, केवल संसार में ही घूमते रह गए, तो वो धन मिट्टी है. It is mud. That is what our sages and saints guide us. So use it for good. सबका मंगल करो, कल्याण करो, आनंद लो और आनंद दो. बांटो भी. So you enjoy and you include everybody with you. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. When we say may all be happy, you are also happy. You are not saying may everybody be happy, but I be sad. No, you also be happy. So therefore, automatically, all his expressions of goodness and culture are artificial and illusory. But those people, whether they are living in big palaces or living a very glowingly successful life, but internally they don't have spirituality in their hearts, they are like dead people. They don't matter. You might as well have been born as an animal, because human body is so precious, so precious. Bad bhagi manav tan pava. This body is not given easily. We have it. So therefore it is our responsibility to treat it properly, because we have intellect. We can discriminate. Animals and plants and other people don't have that option. This is why every waking moment should be spent in God to the extent possible. Let God be the undercurrent of your all your activities. Just like you drive the car, but you also talk, you also eat, you also look at things, and all that you're doing while driving. So much in the same way, keep God as the undercurrent in all your activities, all actions. हर जगह भगवान को हृदय में रखो और सब काम करो. मुंह में राम, हाथ में काम. Have God's name on your lips and work in your hands. So walk in the light. So असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतम गमय. Walk in the light meaning take us asato ma sadgama, take us from the unreal to the real, lead us from the darkness to the light. Not literally from a dark room into a light room, but from darkness meaning ignorance, मूर्खता, जहां पर जड़ता मीनिंग जिसको हम उजाला समझ रहे हैं, being in lots of worldly activities and not knowing that God exists and he is the energy that is driving your breath and everything. That is darkness, meaning you are giving importance to the world only, so you are continuing to stay in darkness, even though literally you are in the light of the sun. But in your inner light there is darkness, there is no light. So walk in the light to create that wisdom, that knowledge. Follow the luminous path of devotion and wisdom. So when you do devotion and wisdom, devotion is bhakti. Bhakti. So chanting, mantra japa, singing bhajans, and all this stuff is wonderful because it gives your heart a lift and you feel better. Not only do you feel better, you also progress spiritually, offering it to God and also enjoying. So both benefits are coming. And wisdom meaning, how do we get wisdom? By attending satsang regularly, by doing swadhyay. What's swadhyay? Every morning you sit and study your scripture. Any scripture you take and go deep into it. Don't just be surface. One paragraph is okay. If you have to go to work, you have only 30 minutes, 10 minutes meditation, 15-20 minutes little pranayam, little breathing, and 10-15 minutes of scriptural study. But then nothing else should come in between. No thoughts, no worldly thing. And then you start your day, then come at night and seek forgiveness and do your meditation if you can and start your next day. So that is how, ऐसे ही आपका रोजमर्रा का जीवन बीतना चाहिए भगवान के चरणों में, भक्ति में, ज्ञान में. Be bathed in the nectar and the nectarine shower of divine grace. तो तब भगवान की और गुरु की कृपा आपके ऊपर बरसने लगती है. Then Guru's and God's grace is bestowed upon you when you are also doing your effort. Like two wings of the bird. The bird cannot fly with one wing only. So your self-effort is not enough, and divine grace by itself is not enough. Both are needed. Then you will fly. So then you enjoy the shower of divine grace. Divine grace, what is divine grace? That you are, uh, that doesn't mean problems will not come. That doesn't mean everything will always be, oh, up and up, high and high, all good things will happen, I'll win a lottery tomorrow. No, not that. What it means is that you will have God's blessings, where the world will not be able to shake you, they will not be able to distract you. You will be centered in your core peaceful state. Does that make sense? You will start enjoying yourself more than anything else. Otherwise, what happens in the world? We are lonely, we are sad, nobody is talking to me. So many people on the Facebook and all that, they make these kind of comments, I'm lonely. Why are you lonely? Don't you have God in your heart? God is in your heart. Stay busy. You should have not enough time in the day. If you are doing it properly, there is not enough time in the day. देर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स टू डू. तो भगवान का धन्यवाद कीजिए, उसको शरणागत हो जाइए और अपना दिनचर्या में अपने आप को व्यस्त रखिए. एन एम्प्टी माइंड इज अ डेविल्स वर्कशॉप. अगर मन खाली है तो वो उधेड़ बुन करेगा और गलत काम करेगा. तो मन को खाली नहीं रहने दो, उसको हमेशा बिजी रखो मन को. बी bathed in the nectarine shower, radiate peace and harmony everywhere. So wherever you go, you become like a moving temple. Jahan par bhi jao, people should be able to see and be able to say, oh, we feel peaceful in your presence, or you are bringing such a calm to the place. When you start getting comments like that, then you should know that divine grace is blessing you, God is blessing you, and it happens automatically. क्योंकि ये सब कुछ हम फेक नहीं कर सकते हैं. वी कैनॉट फेक इट. ये झूठ मूठ नहीं बना सकते. या तो वो है या नहीं है. इफ इट्स देयर, योर फ्रेग्रेंस, जैसे कागज के फूल सुगंध नहीं देते हैं. Paper flowers cannot give you fragrance. They may look pretty, very pretty, very elegant, but they are not real. So go for the real flowers, go for the real fragrance. तो उसकी सुगंधि को आनंदित कीजिए, अपने आप के अंदर सुगंध भरिए. So go for the fragrance, not for just the looks. May God bless you. दाइन स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी. तो ये गुरु जी का मैसेज है. दिस इज आवर गुरुज मैसेज फॉर टुडे. May all of you benefit, and on this beautiful auspicious day, may Lord Krishna bless each of you. And Bhagavad Gita we study on Sundays. It's all Narayan only, all Lord Narayana, like we just said. So let us do our kirtan, and then we will move towards Yoga Vashistha. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां. श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां. शरवण भव शरवण भव पाहि मां. कार्तिकेया 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 रक्ष मां. जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती जय सरस्वती पाहि मां. श्री सरस्वती श्री सरस्वती रक्ष मां. जय गुरु शिव गुरु हरि गुरु राम. जगत गुरु परम गुरु सद्गुरु श्याम. ओम आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु. ओम चिद गुरु चिद घन गुरु चिन्मय गुरु. ओम जगत गुरु ओम गुरु सच्चिदानंदा. शंकराचार्य शिवानंदा ज्योतिर्मयानंदा. ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय. शिव 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 शिवाय नमः. ओम Har 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramchandraya. Anjaneya 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 Pahi Mam. Hanumanta 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 Raksha Mam. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Om Shakti Om Shakti Pahi Mam. Brahma Shakti Vishnu Shakti Shiva Shakti Raksha Mam. Adi Shakti Mahashakti Parashakti Pahi Mam. Ichha Shakti Kriya Shakti Jnana Shakti Raksha Mam. Gangarani 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 Pahi Mam. Bhagirathi 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 Raksha Mam. Hari Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om. Hari Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti 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 Om. So let us continue our journey from where we left off. This beautiful scripture called Yoga Vashistha. We are currently on Nirvana Prakarana and we are on section number 211 and 212. The world is nothing but Brahman. Ye sansar mithya hai, mithya. Meaning this world is an illusion. Pure consciousness illumines the dream world without being affected by it. So what it means? Every night you sleep, प्रत्येक रात आप सोते हो तो आपकी आत्मा जो है वहां से प्रकाश आता है जो आपको स्वप्न दिखाता है. इट इज द कॉन्शियसनेस थ्रू विच द ड्रीम इज जनरेटेड, थ्रू विच यू एक्सपीरियंस द ड्रीम. Where it is coming from? The source is consciousness, your Atma. In the same manner, Vashistha Muni is explaining to Lord Rama, in the same manner, pure consciousness continues to illumine the world of the waking state without being affected by it. See, just like you sleep, you are not aware of anything. Even your own body you are not aware of. Time, space, nothing. But you are aware of what you are seeing. You are in another world. We call it the astral world. Not Bhutakash, Chittakash. So you are in the Chitta, that way. But that movie is going on from where? Where is the projector? Where is the light source? How is it happening? So here Vashistha Muni is explaining it is coming from that consciousness. The same consciousness is also working during your waking experience. But you don't see it because it is daytime and your other senses, mind, intellect, ego, senses are all awake, all active. So Hiranyagarbha or the creator cosmic mind arises in the Brahman even like a wave in the ocean. What is Hiranyagarbha? Collective mind. Collective mind. Hiranyagarbha ka matlab, Hiranya means golden, Garbh means womb. Huh? That's the Hindi meaning of the word Hiranyagarbha. So that means it's that golden cosmic womb through which every birth comes, every creativity occurs. It comes through a womb. We give birth through the womb only. When we are pregnant, mothers are pregnant, they give birth from their womb. So this is called the cosmic womb, meaning everybody's mind is connected to that mind, cosmic mind, Hiranyagarbha. These days we use the word cloud, cloud, cloud data. It's all in the cloud. What does that mean? Never 20, 30, 40 years ago there was no cloud. People were backing up things on a small little computer only. Now everything's there. So this is what you may want to think. Cosmic ethereal vibrations are everywhere. So Hiranyagarbha is the combined consciousness of everyone. So that arises. So when Brahma dreams, he creates Hiranyagarbha. Like you dream, you create your dream, isn't it? Your dream is unique. Your dream is different than my dream. We are not dreaming the same thing. So similarly, when Brahman dreams, not Brahman, Brahma dreams, he creates this Hiranyagarbha through which this appearance of the world system comes. And this world appears real to you and me because we are in that state. But when you wake up, then nothing is there. Since the very creator is nothing but pure consciousness, all that is created is also of the same nature. तो क्या है, अंत में यही है कि सब कुछ ब्रह्मन है, सब कुछ आत्मा है, कण कण में आत्मा है. God is in everything, the same creator, the pure consciousness resides in everything the same way. So when you are dreaming, what difference does it make whether it was a snake or a cat or a rat or a mouse or a grass or a water? Yet we say what difference it makes, but it was making a difference to your psychological state, isn't it? You were happy to see a Lord Krishna playing the flute in your dream, but you were very unhappy to see a demon chase you or Dracula show up. Both are unreal, isn't it? When you open your eyes, Krishna is not there with his flute and Dracula is also gone. You are only sitting in your bed. Nothing else has changed. So then this is what is meant by pure consciousness is of the same nature everywhere. It's like each person will go through their own dream experience, manifesting in the form of creation and dissolution of the universe. So just like in the ocean, you have so many waves, it will constantly happen, isn't it? Waves will come, go back, come, go back, come. Will they ever stop? No. So you only have to go through the waves into the ocean. So Brahman alone exists everywhere and at all times. So there is actually nothing else but Brahman. This is why, so many people have trouble understanding this Advaita system, Advaita, because they'll say, look, I am talking to you, you are different than me, I am pinching you, I am hurting, and this is happening, that is happening. Yes, it seems so real, so real. Just like your dream seems so real when you're dreaming. You don't know you are dreaming till you wake up. Then you knew you were dreaming, but in the dream state, you are in a totally different environment. This is what we call enlightenment, waking up from this dream of the world process, nothing else. Now, so many people say, what is enlightenment? What is self-realization? This, God consciousness, so many words we use. But ultimately, this is it. Nothing more is to be done. It is not some new object you will create to say, okay, I have created this, I have earned this. Like you say, I got my PhD, I became a doctor, I did this, I did that. For that, you had to do so much. Here, nothing needs to be done. What needs to be done? Waking up, utna, Utho, Jagrat, Uttishta Jagrat, meaning till that happens. And how will that happen? Will that happen automatically? Will that happen through osmosis? No. All these things we are doing, satsanga, japa, kirtan, selfless service, effort, dhyana, all this stuff is simply to know that consciousness or Atma. What is it? How does it feel? How do we connect to it? And so on. So it is a already, it is a siddha vastu. Siddha vastu meaning it's already there. Nothing new to be acquired, nothing new to be done. So like happiness, from you only you sometimes feel happy, then you only become sad. So what is happening? Where is happiness? Where is this, all this coming from, these emotions? So that is what it is in Atma consciousness. You don't have to create anything, it is already there. So what should we do? We simply have to purify, just like iron filings in a powerful magnet. We used to do this experiment. Many of you already know. You have a magnet, you have some iron filings, pieces of iron. They will go and click, they'll go and click the hit the magnet and stick to it, isn't it? They will stick to it pretty strongly. So why doesn't it happen then? Because you have some intervening forces in between. We have so many in between forces that obstruct the flow. They obstruct the flow of the uh, magnet and its connection. So all we have to do, therefore, we do japa, we do kirtan, we do dhyana, we do this, we do that. All these things we are doing for what reason? For the simple reason that may we connect to the magnet directly. Once there's no obstruction, it will connect. But what are our obstructions? Name. I want to be famous. I want to live long. I want to have money. I want to have friends. He said this, he said this, he hurt my ego. So we are always keeping ourselves separate from that divine consciousness, that Atma. So what is it then? That is the journey that we all have to take. It will not happen in one day. It may not even happen in a lifetime, but it takes, this journey is very beautiful. Lord Krishna tells you, wherever you leave, you start, you don't go back. Suppose you are going from New York to Miami, you're driving on Highway 95 and you have driven 100 miles. You stop in the rest area. No more driving, you are tired. So you drink your coffee, you take a relax, you use the restroom, you do whatever. Now, how many miles left? Not 300 anymore, 200, because 100 you already have driven. So in the same way, don't worry about when it will happen, how many embodiments, this, that doesn't matter. It all depends on your effort and divine grace and your previous effort also. What you have done in the past, you have brought. How come all of you are here regularly, time after time, week after week, year after year? Because you have done this sadhana, this in your previous life, and now you have that base, you are building on it, and the next outcome will be much deeper, much more profound, where you will want, not two satsangas will no longer be enough, you will want 7. Every day you would want it. Then, but that state, maybe many of you are not at that state, where every day a satsang comes, you will say, oh, this is getting too much. 2 days is nice. So, you know what I mean. This is what I am trying to tell you. When you see nothing else but God, you feel nothing else but God, you taste nothing else but God, you live in God, you breathe in God, you eat in God, then that means now your impurities have cleansed. But it's not such a simple thing where we say it, satsang is over, okay, now we are all enlightened. Let us go home. So you see, this journey is one of patience. बहुत शांति से, धैर्य से, भक्ति से हमको करना पड़ता है. It takes time. But as once you stick to it, it doesn't matter. Some 5-year-olds are enlightened. Now will we feel jealous? I am 65 years old, 62 years old. I am 80 years old, or how come I didn't get it? It's not like that. It is, Atma has no age. It has no body. You see, so each soul is sparkling at a different level. There is in Bhagavatam, there is the story of Sanat Kumaras. These are 4 young boys. They look like 5 years old, Sanat Kumaras. Some of you may already know that story. They are the kids, sons of Brahmaji, and they are all highly enlightened sages, but they are thousands of years old, thousands of years old. But they're so pure that they don't grow up like we humans do. We get old, we get wrinkled up, and we eventually die. We shrivel and we die. But they don't. They are always like that only. They are called Sanat Kumaras, 4 brothers, and they are always spreading spirituality, and because of their purity, the nature cannot make them old. They are just like that. So uh, but they give teachings to very old sages. Now if somebody looks at it, he'll say, a 5-year-old teaching this 80-year-old bearded saint and sage, and such an enlightened sage, what more does he need? See, it's all relative, all relative. In the state of knowledge, all this is void. Brahman alone exists. So till we are sleeping, we will keep on arguing, no, this doesn't exist, that doesn't exist, but you are in a different, we call it an alternate universe. Isn't that what quantum physics is also saying? What appears real is not that, things are not what they seem to be. That is what is also being explained here. Your dream state is very different from your waking state. So, O Rama, speaking from a relative point of view, first there arises the ego sense in Brahman. What happens? First the ego sense comes. Ahankar. What is this ego sense? This ego sense is, I am, me, me, I did it. This me is your ego. It's not visible. You will say, Swamiji, everything is very good, I have no ego. But the minute something happens that you don't like, immediately we react. You said this, he did this, she said this, why did this happen to me, he hurt my feelings. When we say he hurt my feelings, whose feelings are being hurt? The ego's, nothing else. All we have done, if we are all nothing but Brahman, who can hurt who? We are all the same. So why does this come, where you say, I have been hurt by him, meaning we created distance, and we created time, and we created a separate entity. But if everything is Brahman, then nothing will happen. You will consider them as yourself only, like your child is your own self. You will stay hungry, but you will make sure your child gets it first, but you will not do it for your neighbor. You see, why not? Why not do it for him? Because he is somebody else, he's not my child. So you see the difference that we are trying to say. Also, when your all of your body is in harmony, your foot, your head, your toe, your nails, your fingers, so many body parts. कितने आपके शरीर के अंग हैं? हाथ है, नाक है, कान है, मुंह है, सिर है, बाल है, but all of it is all in harmony. If one of them gets hurt, the whole system is in pain. Your toe gets stubbed, you hit a stone, the eye will shed a tear immediately. Immediately your hands will go to see what happened to it. How is it bleeding? What happened? Why? Because everything is you only. Your consciousness is you only. See? But for others, we don't have that feeling. We simply switch the channel. Oh, how many people died in Israel now? or in Gaza? 8,000. Oh my God, very sad. Okay, what's for dinner? What are you cooking? But can you imagine what their life looks like? So each person's dream is very different, and each person's karma is very different. That's what we are trying to say here. But if we get a little thorn, our world is upside down. Call the doctor. Oh, he's closed. No, no, no. Call 911. Call an emergency. Do this, do that. We do. So all because of our understanding of who am I, me. So, O Rama, speaking from a relative point of view, this ego sense in Brahman is illusory. It is not real. This is the conundrum, isn't it? This ahankara, ego, seems so real. It gives you your identity, it places you in time and space, but you have your moods. He said this, I said this, I'm not in a mood. All these things we do, we forget who we really are because we are living in this state of what we think we are. Next, the ether element is superimposed on the ego sense. See, this is how you are created. We are getting the inner workings of how you think, how you operate, what happens. So, in this ego is ether gives you space. It gives you like all your body parts in your body are in that space. Outside we have space. We say, give me some space. That's what it is. Following this, there arises the illusion of time and space. So first there is the ego, then there is the ether element. Ether element is called akasha, and it creates the sound. There are five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Each of them has a quality to it. In the ether there is sound, right? Then there is in the fire there is roop, vision, and in the water there is smell. I'm sorry, in the water there is taste, rasa, and in the earth element there is smell. So sound, taste, touch, all these senses are working through our body, but yet we don't think about it, how it is. Ultimately, it's all Brahman only, deluded by ignorance. So, deluded by ignorance. What is ignorance? This is ignorance, that I am separate from you, this world is real, I am this body, I am this mind, I am this intellect, I am this ego, I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am rich, I am poor, you are this, I am this. All of it is ignorance. Why? Because it's a dream only. All a dream. When you wake up, does anything from your dream jump into you in real life? You were eating popcorns in your dream. Do you see even one little popcorn on your bed when you wake up? Nothing. Nothing doing. Not even a little 1,000th of a popcorn will you see out of the dream, which means it is all or nothing. You can't say, oh, I'll do this and this and this. No, no, no. It doesn't work like that. All or nothing. When you become Brahman, when you get that consciousness, can a river that has merged into the ocean say, oh, this ocean is really good, let me jump up and tell people how I feel? Can the river do that? The river is no longer a river, isn't it? That river has lost its identity. It has merged into the ocean. It has become one with the ocean. Therefore, any liberated sage, any self-realized saint, any enlightened saint will never tell you he is enlightened, because they cannot. No matter what they do, if they say I'm enlightened, you will simply have to believe them, because otherwise and if they say I'm not, how does that help you? Either way, voice and eyes and sound and taste and touch are not the measure. You don't measure enlightenment like that. It cannot be, otherwise it would be finite. If somebody can say it through their mouth, then don't you think all these sages and saints who are full of mercy and compassion and who want all of us to be enlightened, they would have done it thousands of years ago, believe me, if it was possible. So the only way to decode this mystery is that you have to taste it. If your heart has to be operated upon, you cannot send your servant, no matter how rich you are, no matter whether you live in $1 trillion house. What difference will it make? You have to be on the operating table. Your heart will have to be cut out. They will have to show you, and all that. Much in the same way, this enlightenment experience is yours. You have to do it. Yes, what the surgeon can do, he can show you that this is what we will do, this is what the procedure will look like, this is what will happen, and all that. But you are the one who has to be under the table. So both things are needed. Knowledge is needed, and then surrender, sharanagati is needed. So, deluded by ignorance, the soul in the individual develops the notion that I am this body. Because of ignorance, that's called the Karan Sharir. Remember, now let's get into the three bodies we always remind ourselves. First is the physical body. This everybody can see. You are black, you are ugly, you are sweet, you are smart, you are American, you are Chinese, you are Indian, your features are like this and this and this and this and this. Everything, we judge people by just how they look, how they sit, how they talk, how what kind of clothes they wear. All these things are visible because your eyes can perceive them, your smell can feel them, etc. But you are not this body. That is this knowledge. So we have all now deluded ourselves to say, I'm the body. So, and therefore this is your physical body. Then comes the astral body. What is the astral body? In Hindi we call it Sukshma Sharir. Sukshma meaning very tiny, very small. You cannot see it through a microscope. You cannot see it with your naked eyes. You cannot see it no matter what. That's why it's called Sukshma Sharira. And all these things like your senses, mind, intellect, ego, subconscious, unconscious, or even the kundalini and pranayama, nadis, all these things are considered sukshma sharira, meaning they are all there, but they are so subtle that we cannot see them by our naked eyes. We cannot see the mind. What you are thinking, can I know what you are thinking? No, because it's not visible to me. But I can tell you what clothes you are wearing, how you are looking, did you do this or do that. I mean, the obvious things I'll tell you, but I cannot say what is your what are your thoughts inside, or what is your unconscious thoughts, etc. That I will not know. So that's why we call it the subtle body. This body never dies, it can never die, and therefore the physical body is the only one that dies, which is only these five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. So nothing else has happened, isn't it? कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, केवल यही शरीर, सूक्ष्म शरीर आप में लेके बन जाते हो. So as soon as we die, what happens? You have exited it, just like you take an exit from the highway. You are no longer on the highway, isn't it? You are now on the streets. Much in the same way, you take the exit from this body. That is called mrityu, death we call, and people are crying over here, but you are fine, nothing is wrong with you. You have your likes, your dislikes, your anger, your jealousy, your love, your compassion, or every whatever you have, you will take with you. If you have stench, you will take stench. If you have fragrance, you will take fragrance. Exactly what you have done. And the cosmic law is so wonderful that it gives you a sugar coated body where you can keep all this still invisible, but for you. Otherwise all this would get mixed up, isn't it, in the ether. So like, just like you pull out your files from the cloud, they are your files, nobody else can access them. because of your password. Much in the same way, you, that's why we say do good, be good, love all, serve all, think of all purifying things. Otherwise, without the body, the pain is very intense. Right now, this body is a shock absorber. It takes it. After a certain time, uh, if we can't handle any more pain, we faint. We can't handle it. We are knocked out. But in that state, there is no physical body to protect you. There is no what do we say, this thermometer, or um, thermostat, where you can say, oh, at 80 it will automatically shut off. No such thing. So therefore the pain and the joy are both very intense, very intense, extremely. They keep on going higher and higher. That's why Sanatan Dharma says there are 28 kinds of hell. More places for hell than heaven, because people do so many wrong things, knowing fully well that we should not do it. They do it anyway because of lust and jealousy and anger and greed and all that. But everything is accountable. Every single action is accountable. That is what is the important thing. So the third body is called the Karan Sharir, or the causal body. What is the causal body? Causal body is the cause of your birth. If you had no ignorance, you wouldn't have been born. You meaning all of us, me too, all of us, um, all the sages, saints, whoever are born, have that little bit of fragrance that is left, and then they come and they get enlightened and they enlighten others. This is the way, the law of the um, Sanatana Dharma, and the principle, the core principle of this body consciousness. That's why we call it the Advaita system, non-dual. But till that time, we have to go through this Karana, cause. So, understood? Physical, astral, causal, three bodies. So one body, physical, is the only one we are paying attention to, and unless we pay attention to our mind, our thinking, our intellect, our ego, and we purify them, we will only be in a deluded state. For that reason, we pay attention, we listen, we take notes, we meditate, we do japa, we sing kirtan. Why? Because we are trying to clean the inside, like removing the weeds from within. And the causal body is simply the reason. So when the astral body is cleaned up, there is no causal body anymore. What, there is no cause, in other words, to be born again. Why would you be born? Normally there is karma left, right? Sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, kriyamana karma. All this karma itself is a separate lecture by itself. So what it is, this is what it is. So I am this body, we think, till you get a guru, a teacher, and then all these scriptures who guide us with deep compassion and love. I am absent in objects that are other than the body, we say. We say because I am here, but that person doesn't belong to me. That is happening in Egypt, that's happening in India, that's happening in France. So what does difference does it make to me, we say, because it's not my body. Thus, it creates the illusion of time, of being confined to a certain space. Therefore, we say, I'm going to vacation, I'm going to Switzerland, I'm going here, I'm going there. Why? Because you consider yourself limited in your little environment, your little home, or wherever you live. And then to get away from there, we feel we have to take a flight, or we have to take a car ride, or we have to go somewhere away. And then only, because we have created this, we have given an entity to space. Space we have called space. And how big is the space? Oh my God, does it end anywhere? Universes, multiverses, black holes, galaxies, and so many solar systems, so many suns that are thousands of times bigger than our own sun. So no end to it, to space. And time, same thing, no end to time. So in the same manner, to a certain period we say I am here, We are modern, we are young, you are old. Oh, you think like this. We are Gen X, we are Gen Z. You are like this. So all this will are like different waves. All are coming and going. Time is coming and going. Space is coming and going. All this is illusory, but to us it is very real. Because why is it very real? Because it is real for you. You are not faking it. It is really real for you because you are still in that dream state. When will it become unreal? When you wake up. Just because I woke up doesn't mean I can wake you up. Does that make sense? You have to earn it through your own sadhana, your own effort, your own bhakti. Then that will happen. So when enlightened, the soul discovers its identity with the absolute self and becomes the very embodiment of infinity and eternity. That is the difference. So when you are enlightened, when we get that jnana, that buddhi, and no longer are we sleeping, then the soul discovers its identity with the absolute self. So far the soul was where? Where was it? Yeah, in the world, in time, in space, in dreams, in things, in your kids, in your family, in your I am this, I am that, he is this, he is that. All this, so many complexities we have created. I'm in a good mood, I'm in a bad mood, I'm happy, I'm depressed. All this is happening where? To the body, to the mind, to the intellect, through our feelings, but all of it is still your dream. That's why they say one person's garbage is another person's treasure, isn't it? So one person is in heaven, he is enjoying, he says world is beautiful. The other person is in hell, he is hating it. He says, wow, why did God create this world? So you see, it's very subjective. It's very subjective according to each soul. But once the soul discovers its identity with the absolute self, which is Brahman, which is God, which is whatever name you call it. You are a Christian, say Jesus, I see Jesus. You are a Muslim, you say Allah, you say Krishna, Hanuman, Devi. It doesn't matter. Names and form, because God is saying, I am omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. I can become anything, I can do anything, and I am all pervading reality. I don't see why religions are so confused about such a simple concept. Such a simple concept. And more people have died in the name of religion than everything combined. Where do you think those people will go when they go to God? God, we killed so many people, we converted so many, we brought them to you. God will say, first you go to hell because you have done a wrong thing. Don't shake people's faith. I come to them in their faith, their form, their ability, their willingness, at their level. God is available everywhere. It's we who create this distance. Why? Time, space, I am better than you, my God is better than your God. You see how God must be smiling or looking at our foolishness? When enlightened, the soul discovers. So therefore, no more foolishness, no more questions, nothing more to ask, nothing more to say. And now you become infinity. The river has merged into the ocean. Nothing more to say, nothing more to do, nothing more to achieve. So, O Rama, Brahman alone exists. Brahman alone exists. There is nothing else. But while you are dreaming, there is everything. There is that snake you see in your dream, or the grass, or the mountains, or the river, and the mouse, or the cat. Everything is real only. On Brahman, the Jiva and the world are superimposed due to ignorance. See, this is why we are called the Jivatman, Jiva. We are the reflection of the cosmic self. There is only one Brahman. There cannot be a million or a trillion or a quintillion Brahmans out there. Only one. But through that one, there are these reflections that are permeating, penetrating, showing up everywhere in different names and different forms, and therefore it becomes multiplicity. More than one, two, more than two, no end, infinity. So therefore, but yet there is only one Brahman. O Rama, Brahman alone exists. That's what Vashistha Muni is saying. Therefore, we are all in essence one only, no difference, no time, no space, but we will all encounter it at our own experience, at our own level. And because we are the shaking, think of the sun as only one in our solar system. There is only one sun. Every morning we see it, and then with its rays, how many reflections are made? Countless. And every reflection is a different experience for that. Suppose there's a little bucket. In that bucket there's a little fish, and in that, and there is some dirty muddy water, and now the sun is reflecting in that. So every time the fish moves, the sun shakes also. So therefore your experience is one of, you have forgotten that the I am a ray of that sun. Through that sun, that reflection is coming in me, but you are identifying yourself as Jivatman. You have become the reflected sun. So the journey therefore becomes to identify yourself as the real sun. Till that will happen, all your experiences, your pain, your journey, the fish in the water, the shaking, the fear, the mud, everything is real for you. For you, because you are in that bucket. And the reflection, you are saying, I am the reflected sun. So we are the Jivatma the same way, and we forget we are the Brahman, and we say, oh, I was born here. I was, when I grew up like this, these things happened to me. I had a very bad childhood, or I had a very good childhood, and so many experiences. So all that is a different bucket of water only. From a profound standpoint. So on Brahman, the Jiva and the world are superimposed due to ignorance. So now what we are seeing, you have forgotten the sun, you are now only seeing the bucket, you are only seeing the dirt and the reflection of the sun. Much like if you only see there's a rope in semi darkness, you are seeing a snake in semi darkness. So now for you, there might as well be a snake, because you have given yourself the painful experience of seeing a snake. Is there a snake? No. No snake, only a rope. But why are you thinking it's a snake? Because it was coiled, and the rope looked like the head of a snake, and the coiled body looked like a snake. So mithya, illusion, not real, but for you, real. If you get scared and you fall back, you may break your head. Your head breaking will be also real, isn't it? The pain will be very real. Later somebody tells you it was only a rope. So till you find out it's a rope, till then we are under ignorance. What is ignorance? Knowing something to be correct, whereas it is not. Karan Sharif. So as long as the ignorance is not destroyed by knowledge, one continues to experience the world process. That is important. Unless that is clarified, until our avidya is removed, ignorance is removed, we will continue to experience the world process again and again in every embodiment. Millions of embodiments will come and go till that light comes. Therefore they say, Bad bhagi manav tan pava. We are so blessed to have this human body, and then to be guided by scriptures and authentic teachers who have decoded this mystery. And then once the light is there, the ignorance vanishes. Have you ever seen when you turn on the light, the darkness still remains there? No. If the darkness was dark for 100 years, now you in a cave and you take a candle, immediately there is light. The cave doesn't say, wait a minute, I was 100 years in the darkness, therefore it will take 100 years for light to come. No, immediately. So much in the same way, when our ignorance is removed, it is immediate. But when that immediate moment will arise, it can happen right now in this satsang, or it may happen in some other birth, or whatever the journey is. Each soul has going through their own path. So everything is ultimately Brahman. So now we know it theoretically. By now, most of you are sadhaks. There are many casual people also, but many of you are sadhaks, I would say, meaning you are willing to invest your time, effort on this journey. So therefore, you theoretically at least know now. By now, you theoretically, every one of you knows, I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, I'm not this intellect, I'm not this ego, and ignorance has to be removed. So now, what is lacking then? Why aren't we enlightened? Where is the problem? What should we do? Therein lies the rub. So you now have to put in the self effort, sadhana, waking up, putting in the effort, just like studying for an exam. Does it happen automatically? You wish, I wish I can come first in the class. Can the wish come true? Absolutely. If you study every day, you understand the subject matter, you ask the teachers for guidance, you solve the problems, and you have done your best, you will no doubt do very well. But suppose you were out playing video games, enjoying yourself, not studying at all, and bunking your classes, watching movies, having fun. All of a sudden, the exam shows up. That stupid thing is the most scariest thing you will experience. Huh? Miraji must be laughing because she's a teacher. So that is what it is. We have to put in the effort. There is no such thing as automatically I'll come first. Does not happen like that. So with this we will conclude our satsanga today. Very beautiful, all of you, and especially since it is Gita Jayanti, we prostrate to Lord Krishna and Lord Rama. They are all one all part of, in this case they are all part of Narayan's incarnation anyway. And like I also said, we are celebrating Mokshada Ekadashi today, so that is also a highly auspicious beautiful combination. So try to read a few shlokas of the Gita to honor Lord Krishna and dedicate it to him. Pray to him that, God, we are trying to come to you. What more do we need to do? Please show us the light, give us the guidance, because this is not an intellectual process. Oh, I've done 6 months of course, 2 months left, then I will get so many quizzes and I'll be good. If it was that simple, we would all be enlightened by now, isn't it? So, with that feeling, may God continue to give you bhakti, shakti, and may your intensity continue to grow. May you continue to immerse yourself in satsanga, and may you sing God's glories. And wherever you go, be a role model for others. They may learn from you. When people gossip, move away from that place. That place is not for you. If you are partaking into that, repent later on. Skip a meal. Do something to yourself to say, wow, why did I do that? That took me away from my spirituality. When those kind of feelings start happening to you, then you will know that God is now investing in you. Otherwise, yeah, fine. I mean, some other embodiment, it will happen. We can keep on coming and going, keep on dreaming. How many dreams have we dreamed so far? How does it matter? Do we remember our dreams? No, none of us do. And it is not even important, isn't it? Why? Because you say it's not real. So Vashistha Muni and Lord Rama says this is also not real, and also Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says this is, none of it is real. Actually, Bhagavad Gita, it is nothing but integral yoga. nothing but a document of your life, a manuscript of how to lead a good life. That's all. Karma yoga, bhakti yoga, dhyana yoga, jnana yoga. Do those four, blend those four, which we call integral yoga, integrated yoga, yoga of synthesis. Yoga meaning to unite with God. So you get him from all sides. Then God cannot run away. Where will he go? You will catch him like the gopis did, who were totally uneducated. See, they didn't have big degrees, they didn't have big jobs, simple cow maidens, and illiterate totally, but so much love for Krishna that they would churn the butter and Krishna would dance. He would dance to earn a little bit butter from them. They would say, first you dance, okay, we'll give you some, we have it. That is how much devotion we should have in our heart, where we can command God to dance for us. So, with that beautiful satsang, let us do our Bhagavad Gita Arti with gratitude to Lord Krishna and to Lord Rama and to Sage Vashistha, to our Guruji, Swami JyotirmayAnanda, and to your own self effort also, and to the divinity in each one of you. Hari Om Tat Sat. So let's do our Arti and then we conclude the satsang for today. You can comment if you, I know Sunday is new Christmas Eve, it's the 24th. So if you want to take off, that's fine, you can let me know. I'm totally available and flexible to do the Bhagavad Gita discourse on Sunday. But if you want to have the day off for your Christmas celebrations, then let me know and we will cancel the class. So you can, some of you can comment here and some of you can let me know. But if more people, I would say I generally want a strength of 5. So if 5 or more people are here, we will do the class, and if not, we can cancel it. So you can decide and then let me know. I'll leave the ball in your court on that part. Hari Om Tat Sat. Otherwise, enjoy the holidays and I will see you next year if we are not doing the Bhagavad Gita. But generally we do Jnana Yagya. I don't want anybody else to say, oh, Guruji didn't do it, or he's, when I'm here, Yagya is on. It is on. But if I'm traveling and I may be going to India next year, so, or wherever life may take me, then during those times we cannot do satsang. So satsang is very precious, as many of you already know. So you can let me know. You can text or email, and then I always also post it on Facebook. So many of you I know sometimes miss and ask. If there is no satsang, I will put it on Facebook. So always check my Facebook page and then you will know. Hari Om Tat Sat. So let's do Aarti together and then enjoy this bliss that you have received today. And after the satsang is over, I would say stay where you are for 5 more minutes to enjoy the calm, the peace, and absorb some of your thoughts. And don't just rush to turn on the TV and all that, because this, it takes a long, beautiful glow you are all having right now, and that peaceful feeling. So sustain that as much as you can. जय भगवद गीते माँ, जय भगवद गीते, हरि कमल विहारिणी, हरि कमल विहारिणी, सुंदर सुपुनीते। ओम जय भगवद गीते, कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनी, कामासक्ति हरा, हो मैया कामासक्ति हरा, तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी, तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी, विद्या ब्रह्म परा। ओम जय भगवद गीते, निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी, निर्मल मलहारी, ओ मैया निर्मल मलहारी, शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी सब विधि सुखकारी। ओम जय भगवद गीते राग द्वेष विदारिणी कारिणी मोद सदा। हो मैया कारिणी मोद सदा भव भय हारिणी तारिणी भव भय हारिणी तारिणी परमानंद प्रदा। ओम जय भगवद गीते आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तम रजनी। हो मैया नाशिनी तम रजनी दैवी सद्गुण दायिनी दैवी सद्गुण दायिनी हरि रसिका सजनी। ओम जय भगवद गीते समता त्याग सिखावनी हरि मुख की वाणी सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी। ओम जय भगवद गीते दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा की जय। हो मैया मातु कृपा की जय। हरिपद प्रेम दान कर हरिपद प्रेम दान कर अपनो कर ली जय। ओम जय भगवद गीते त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम तत्सत. May you all be blessed and happy and thankful for this wonderful Gita Jayanti plus the Christmas coming up. So may all of you have a beautiful, lovely time. I am getting mixed responses here. I am seeing Yogini ji and Meera and Radha ji are available too. So I don't know if we can make it to at least 5, then we will do it. Otherwise, Yogini ji, all of you can just enjoy and have a lovely time off for this Sunday, and then we'll do it some other time. So I will either I'll post it on Sunday morning. If by Sunday morning, check your Facebook. If I don't get at least 2-3 more responses of people who can for sure attend, then we will just cancel that. And again, that's for a good cause, celebration of Lord Jesus. So then we may just do that. But Hari Om Tat Sat, may you all be blessed with Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti. And those of you who don't have this Gita Arti, I know there is an English meaning. When I chant it, most of you have the English meaning behind it. So when you understand what I am chanting, what it means, it has a very deeper, nicer impact on all of us. So those of you who don't have it, I know Mark David may not have it, or Aaron G, I don't know if you have it, but if you want it, then you can just send us your um, text that you will need it, and I'll send you the Gita Arti meaning and our chanting mantras. Some of you have requested it, but it's optional. Otherwise, just enjoy the chants. So Hari Om Tat Sat, may you all be blessed, happy, joyful, and may God bless you all, and enjoy the holidays, and happy Jayanti again, Krishna Gita Jayanti. May Lord's blessings be upon each one of you as you continue your sadhana with love and faith. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat. Shakti Bhakti Mukti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.